Peace, peace, peace. Check 1, 2. Breaking news. That's just the title, because actually I'm just here taking questions, addressing comments. Test 1, 2, 1, 2. Just hopping on to go live. Just hopping on to make myself available for questions, comments, clearing any misunderstandings up. Taking any critiques, criticisms, accusations, fades, whatever y'all want to talk about for, about 15, 20 minutes. I ain't here to really talk your ear off. I'm really here to listen. So if y'all don't mind, if y'all got any questions that y'all not sure about what I've been on for the last few days, if y'all got any questions, comments, hit me with them. Puerto where? San Bernardino in the building. Salute. Appreciate y'all. Smell that gas. Keep skating. Salute. I'm here, man. Hands on with y'all, man. I'm one of y'all. I am like us. Let y'all know I'm not the boogeyman. I'm not some old bitter hater. But I stand on what I stand on. I don't lay down. So. And a lot of these arguments that a lot of us, people is just making, they don't have a leg to stand on. And I'm not trying to, I ain't gonna say I could destroy them, but I'm not even trying to do that. This is corrective love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here for. This is love. It might seem like it's tough love, but it's love, right? Fuel. Did you ever do a song with Eazy-E? Rest in peace. Nah, I never did a song with Eazy-E. But DJ Train, that was my DJ. Rest in peace, DJ Train. I was Easy DJ in NWA. West Adams 5 TV. Salute. You can call me dog, but you got to spell it backwards. That's off this new. Well, I can't even give it away, boy. Y'all gonna be proud of your bro. But I'm doing a peace treaty 2 and a whoop whoop 2. But West Adams 5 TV. I actually say that in my verse, something hella factors. We hella factors. You can call me dog, but you got to spell it backwards. So you know what I'm saying. Doc Holliday, salute. Oh yes, I hear and obey, my brother. I hear and obey that. I'm a soldier. Yeah. John Rambo, what did Cube say when you told him to shave his head? No, I didn't tell him to shave his head. He was influenced by the FOI, the soldiers, and he asked me to cut his hair. You know what I'm saying? I didn't punk him or nothing like that. He asked me to cut. He trusted me. He knew I knew how to cut a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that was how tight we was. I was in his wedding. You know what I'm saying? I used to guard his wife and his young son at the time. I used to hide in the not even hide, but post up in the bushes with tools. When he had issues. I mean, it was a way above and beyond the call of rap stuff. Some people be like, man, you just something you can't. Q put you on. He put you on. He put me on in the rap game. I put him on in the in the warrior game, in the Black Nation, Black Army, Black Brotherhood. It ain't a game in real life. So it was fair exchange. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really have one without the other. What good is having all that fame and money and you can't live to enjoy it? So a lot of y'all don't really respect the value of we just call it security. Elon Musk or whoever, Jeff Bezos, whoever's the richest person you can think of, their security is just as important as they are, because they can't enjoy their billions if they're not alive. So they can't walk outside without somebody protecting their billionaire life, right? So just because we don't put invoices on certain things don't mean we not priceless. And I was the tightest rapper, you know, and still am. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about that, but I was using rap as my disguise. Rap was just my FOI disguise. You know what I'm saying? That's just a gift I had that helped me get into places. Keith McCauley, 52, salute, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Man, that's what's up. Still got love for him. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Uh, Jay Stoner from the Bay, man. Love, salute. Marlon Cozy, much love. Lawrence Allen, salute. Dino, CPT, for sure. Ricardo, salute. John Rambo, Colorblind, dope song. Yeah, that was my first song. That was the first song that, first mainstream, because I was putting out music independently on the street level with my homie Jess, Big Jess from Water Wheel Records, Watts Up Productions, Big Jess and Mo Like Watts, my big homie, big bro, and Big Jess. So that's when my first records was coming out through independently. But then Colorblind was my first, professional major label release on Ice Cube's record. And that's the one with was that the Predator or something? I don't know, Death Certificate or one of those. So yeah, that was the very first record I was on, and then after that I was on. I had my own single on the Boys in the Hood movie soundtrack every single weekend. So that's my first two projects with Cube. Did you ever do a song with OFTB? Nah, we was always planning to. Rest in peace to homies that's resting. We was always planning to, but we didn't get a chance to do it. I just was with Lodo on Juneteenth at the Watts Juneteenth festival. How many songs did you ghostwrite for Cube and others? I never wrote a song for Cube. We just used to fill in the blanks. Like if I had a line, what I'm saying, he was trying to struggle to find a line to finish the sentence or something clever, like, he'd give me a line, I'd give him a line, it's a whole lot of stuff that, and it's only intelligent that he would soak up game from whoever was around him. So before I came, he was soaking up game from JD and Shorty, rest in peace, Jerome Muhammad from the Lynch Mob. So whoever he had around him, he was soaking up game and soaking up slang and words or whatever, and absorbing the humor, because to be a good rapper, to be a dope rapper, you have to be funny. You have to damn near be a comedian. But you just gotta know, because you building punchlines, you setting up punchlines, like, you know what I'm saying? And you speaking in slang, and you gotta pick the right beats and all this. So it's a science to it. But when so he had Lynch Mob. That's what he was soaking his street game up until I came along. You know what I'm saying? So my game, my style just took it to a whole nother level. So that's the strongest that, in my opinion, that's the strongest he ever was. Like the Death Certificate album and Jacking for Beats and all that, like that little pocket, that little from 90, 91 to 93, that's what he was his strongest, because he had this unit, he had this strong unit. And he, you couldn't get no better game to soak up than who he had around him at that time. B Black, Pasadena, on the check-in, I see you. Damon, with a Death Certificate came out Halloween 1991, right? John Rambo, is DJ Pooh the best producer you ever worked with? Is there any underrated producers you worked with? DJ Pooh was not the best producer. Well, they all was the best in their own way. Like DJ Pooh was more cinematic, meaning sound effects and like you know what I'm saying, different sounds or whatever. So you can tell that he naturally went to movies and film producing films or whatever. So that was always his real goal and passion was to do films. But they all Q, Pooh, all of us started out. Anthony AJ Anthony Johnson, rest in peace. You know that played Ezel on Friday. Like we all grew up together. We all was started out in the industry together. So me and Pooh was the first ones that was roommates. Me and Pooh was roommates before I even got a deal with Q. I met Pooh doing a St. Ives rap contest. Remember St. Ives Malt Liquor before Q, before King T, and all of that. It was in the late '80s. So I had won that contest. And so this is before I was even in the nation like that. I was just now studying. But by the time I got in the nation and got with Cube and all of that, like I wasn't doing that. So I turned down hundreds of thousands of dollars, not doing St. Ives commercials. But everybody else came and did them. So I've been standing on my principles for over 30 years. But the best producer to me, my personal favorite is Battle Cat. That's why I got a whole new album with him. I'm probably just gonna put out an EP and just let some other songs leak. But if you go to my Instagram page, West Coast KAM, then you'll see like 2 or 3, 4 songs. I think three songs off the new Battle Cat KAM and Battle Cat album. So that's a whole different conversation. That's another conversation that I was trying to get in touch with Snoop for. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Why not just put out this KAM and Battle Cat album? It's bangers, it's all hits. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen some of the singles that we leaked. Legend in My Section featuring Corrupt and Chill from Compton Most Wanted. But I'm I can't understand it. Even when we did the War Zone, I don't know if y'all familiar with the War Zone back 10, 15, maybe 20 some years ago. And that was a group put together by Snoop, but me, MC8, and Goldie Low. And that never came out. I turned down a deal. I was supposed to do a deal with Paris. P Dog never made me do it from the Bay, from Frisco. We was doing a group. I was gonna sign with him. He had like 150,000 on the table, and I brought it to Snoop, and Snoop was like, I ain't hating on cuz, but what I'm saying, rock with me, Cam. You know what I'm saying? Wind up not even getting 30 G's out of that deal. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even get 30 G's out of that, and the album never came out. So like I said, I've been a team player. There's a lot of stuff I could tell y'all that I don't want to make nobody look bad, but it's real in the field out here. Did you ever get offered any movie roles or auditions? Salute. Battle Cat. I'm just re-scooting. I'm scrolling. Did you ever meet Easy E? Like, yeah, you must have. Yeah, I met everybody. I met everybody. I know it seemed. I don't want to sound cocky or nothing like that, but the question would really be, have they ever met me? You know what I'm saying? I know we kind of look up to celebrities, especially those of them that passed on or passed away. But your brother, who you listening to right now, they wanted access to us. You know what I'm saying? So Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Anybody on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? They looked up to your brother. So it sounds weird, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody else gonna say it. Everybody seems to have the same agenda sometimes, like lately, to just write me all the way out of history. Just what's that movie? Somebody asked me about Cube and the Jerry curl or whatever, who cut his curl off. Like, so the movie that that Terry Carter, rest in peace, got. What was that movie they did? Uh, what was the name of it? Straight Out of Compton. Yeah, Straight Out of Compton. So wouldn't that be interesting? Like, ain't that a big, huge chunk of history that was left out? Like, how did you go from the Jerry curl and in NWA to to a bald head? You know what I'm saying? And some Muslim dude that's I don't know that's right there around the swimming pool or whatever. Like, who put that Muslim there? Who what? That's a huge chunk of the story. You know what I'm saying that you couldn't put in there because of me. Anybody knows my slave name? My name is Craig, right? My mama, that's the only one that can call me that name because my name is KAM or Kamal or Mueed Muhammad now, but Craig was like on the movie Friday. Craig, you know what I'm saying? Craig. So those was little shots, you know what I'm saying? Like, but salute to Solo, salute to the homie Solo. That's Franklin now. On Grand Theft Auto, GTA. I'm not going into no drama, no mess, or no beef or nothing like that. But just rest assured that I have too much receipts. I have too many. You know what I'm saying? My track record is like you remember Mike Tyson back in the day. Salute to Mike. Impetuous, impenetrable, impregnable. Like if I really wanted to go there, like it'd be just all bad for a lot of people. So that's not what I'm here for. But I just can't let you just you know do me any kind of way because I have a family now. If it was just me, I'd just be quiet and take a whole lot of stuff to the grave or whatever. And I'm not gonna air nothing out, but you gotta pop out sometimes. You gotta pop out and show ninjas, right? Salute Kendrick. Gotta pop out and show ninjas. Because they'll leave for dead. They'll die. Boy, it's a shame. It's a shame. Is there anybody that you didn't collaborate that you would like to back then? Yeah, Tupac. If y'all ever seen Tupac's museum, like the little exhibit, you know what I'm saying, All Eyes on Me exhibit, where he got his clothes and he's got his lyric sheets and all of that, you'll see me on there. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be on a Machiavelli album and some other album. We were supposed to be doing a couple of records together. One was The Struggle Continues, and I forgot the other one, but when he was talking about, you a Muslim now, no more dope game, and you know what I'm saying, every digger in LA got a little bit of thug or G in them, or I forgot To Live and Die in LA and all of that. Heavily influenced by your brother that you're looking at right now. I'm saying I'm taking all of the credit, but brother loved my style. He loved my style. I was, even though I got on a green shirt right now, everybody knew what we was known for on the East Side. Everybody knew what Cam was known for with his visual style and image and get down was, you know what I'm saying, to my contribution of culture, the West Coast style, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my cousin, Layback, Stephen Garner. Layback. Me and Layback set these trends. I just was looking at a picture with somebody. I forgot who it was. It might have been Steel, Big Steel, Salute Steel, and somebody else, maybe MC8, taking a picture with this Asian dude who was the CEO of Pro Club, Pro Club T-shirts. We made, me and Layback damn near single-handedly made that man rich, that company rich. We didn't know nothing about marketing. I could have been rich on so many things that that we innovated just because our style. Cube is doing this. He got this on stage. He got a big blow up, backdrop of this on stage. Like he had a what is it? A production company called Ghetto Bird. The Ghetto Bird Films or something like that. All that came from me. All that came from Brother Cam, right? But I sound desperate. That sounds desperate and weird for me to say that, but nobody else is going to say it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say it in not Boys in the Hood, Straight Outta Compton. Like, who's gonna tell my story if I don't tell it? I just got to keep on being humble and silent and quiet. No, I can't do that. Shout out Crazy Tune. Crazy Tune, salute Crazy Tune, rest in peace, Crazy Tune. I love Crazy Tune. Crazy Tune was, and there's no diss to Dub. I love Dub C2. But Crazy Tunes was he was a little stepper. Like he was about he was about that action. You know what I'm saying? If somebody crossed the line or whatever. So and Crazy Tune, me and Crazy Tune bumped heads. Like even when I did the record Whoop Whoop, when I said was he the only one dissing, talking about Q, was he the only one dissing, or they were too? Y'all were too. Or they were too. Because we can all go head up on pay-per-view. Like I was about fades. Even though I was a Muslim, like we was about fades, and Crazy Tunes was about fades too. he was ready, you know what I'm saying? So salute Crazy Tunes. Real, you know. I never had no problem, but he was ready to, you know, take the fade for his brother because I was calling all of them out. And Solo, like, you know, and Layback. Like it was understood. And that's why I think Snoop said, or somebody said around that same time when they Snoop said he was the one that called for Minister Farrakhan sit down truce or whatever with the rappers. I'm not sure because we went 2 or 3 times, so I don't know which time he was talking about. But it was going up because you know Solo had already touched, you know, because we had an understanding, and this is squashed now. Don't you know? But y'all want to hear these stories? Like you never heard them from me. You might have heard Solo tell them from his perspective and his side, but a lot of times he was being quiet and downplaying everything because out of respect for me and the brotherhood, and you know, but you know, certain violations or whatever, like and certain, you know, like we didn't. This is before cameras and cell phones and surveillance and microphones and all of that, where you could go handle your business. You could go handle your business. So we was about that, and then word got back to, you know, Minister Farrakhan in Chicago and Mustafa. That's why I say if it wasn't for Mustafa, I really doubt anybody else could have saved you from blah blah blah. Because he heard what was going on and he knew we was playing into COINTELPRO stuff to where the enemy would do something to one of us and then make it look like that we did it to each other instead of the enemy doing it. So he pushed a 911, like, y'all better get your ass out here to Chicago now. I don't care what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Went out there and squashed it like that. But, you know, we was, you know, we was victims of COINTELPRO. We had egos and we had uh, you know, cockinesses or whatever. Q wasn't no punk. Not that I know of. He wasn't no rainbow dude. Like I always admired his family man position. He was about his family as far as being a husband, but you know, I poked at, you don't, you know, your wife the one who really wear the pants in the house and this and that. That's because I have respect for Kim, right? I have respect for Kim. I always had respect for Kim. Like, you know, never disrespected her. If anything, I was bigging her up and clowning him or whatever. But I always respected his family man position because no matter how much you know, if you able to hold a marriage together with the same woman, then you solid in a whole lot of ways. I might have a problem with you on some other stuff in your character, or we playing money games, or you playing whatever. But I'm always gonna respect that. So that's why I just let certain things go. But you know, he'd be out there talking about Kendrick and Drake rap beef song wasn't, or They Not Like Us wasn't the best diss song of our times, and Hit 'Em Up and Tupac against Biggie, that wasn't the best. The best, you know, like man, you might want to might want to bump that down. Like you might not, like I say, be writing whoop whoop out of the history book, but they want to act like I don't exist. But that's just a joke. It's all love. Battle Cat is definitely an unsung producer. He ain't really unsung. It's just he's not really into. He don't focus on monetizing his value, just like I did. I didn't realize that my gift should have been properly monetized and business. It's music business. It's not music, and it's not business. But as people that have to feed their family, and you don't work, you don't eat, you wind up getting exploited by the business people. They take your music, and your ignorance of the business, and then they wind up being the CEOs and the record execs, and sending their children off to college, and what I'm saying, on your talent. And we died beefing and penniless, and on drugs or whatever, because we didn't know nothing about the business part of it. Whoop Whoop was cool, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that, and it didn't. I don't know what you're saying, Crave. What's Crave? Everybody got their opinion. Everybody got their opinion. If it wasn't banging to you, that's another thing about social media. I don't know if trolls or people are just bitter, or what I'm saying, you just dissatisfied with your own life, or that you want to try to poke at somebody and see, can you get a rise out of them, see, can you get a negative reaction, or get under their skin and upset them, like, all right, man, all right, whatever, you know. Like I said, if I told you the truth about certain things, like a, a lot of the people that you trying to defend or whatever, like you would. So I don't even want to bust y'all bubbles, man. So I let y'all live in y'all matrix, in your matrix fantasy land. Cam, being a fan back from the East Coast, I always wanted to know what section of LA you hailed from Watts. That's one thing that that's a political thing, and and that's unfortunately, I started my earliest remembrance is really on the West Side in Inglewood Family neighborhood, which was till I was like 4 or 5 years old. But once I came online, you know what I'm saying, um, my section was East Side Watts, East Side Compton and Watts, Willowbrook. So Wilmington from 104th all the way to 118th, and all the way up to 126th, Compton Avenue in Wilmington. So all of that was my section. Lawrence Allen, speaking of truth, speak on what happened after the Rodney King verdict. Remember the big concert at Centennial High? Yeah, Me Quick, Second to None. I produced the video for that show. Dino, okay, for sure, Dino. Yep, I forgot all about that. Yeah, man. I mean, that was where Peachtree was birthed out of that. That's what the gang truce and all that came from. So that Rodney King verdict, that whole business, and that's why I wasn't pressed. You know what I'm saying? I was an FOI then, so we was doing FOI business, which was Stop the Killing. We was on the Stop the Killing tour with Minister Farrakhan ever since 1980, late 80s, 91. So I never knew it was going to be no drama, or nobody was going to try to write me out of the history books. I knew my enemy was, the slave masters people or whatever, but as far as hip hop and rap and so-called gangster rap, I thought it was always going to be understood and respected. But I learned quickly, like, oh, they really will erase you out of the history books. Oh, they really will white ball you and make it seem like you never existed. Like, they really will take rock and roll and jazz and rhythm and blues and soul and gospel and hip hop and act like the originators and the pioneers and the creators never existed. Wow. Like, I seen that happen to me in my lifetime. Like, wow. Well, I still got a voice and I still can talk. So, You got to disrupt that. You have to go to war against that. So that's what I'm doing. Mahdi Ahmad, what up with you, bro? Peace. I ain't bumped heads with you in a while. Salute, salute. My thoughts on Andrew Tate. I don't know Andrew Tate, but generally speaking, I like what Andrew Tate has been saying and representing. Like 85% of the stuff I heard, I agree with. Eric Mejia, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Salute. Any new songs with Deadly Threat, Doobie Sonics? I haven't heard from Threat in years, man. I haven't heard from Threat. That would be dope, though. T-Step just was banging Whoop Whoop the other day, still slapping. Salute. Salute to the young homies from Compton. Jay Worthy and them, CEO, Wacko from West Side. They got the youngsters, they redid Whoop Whoop, a song called Meet the Whoops that they performed at the Kendrick pop-out concert at last month or earlier this month or whenever that was. Salute them. Smoke G. I loved your first album just like I did X-Clan. That's right. I thought y'all both had Black Power push with dope lyrics. Your second album just didn't have those same kind of beats. Yeah, I was always lacking on beats quality. That was always my problem. So you're absolutely right. I never, for whatever reason, because Battle Cat and me hadn't really clicked up like, we did. Like my second album, Battle Cat produced In Traffic. He produced I think 2 of my singles, In Traffic, and I forgot what the other one was. But that was when I was just running into him and other producers that was giving me a better sound, because my first album was good, but it was a mixture of different producers. Like Peace Treaty was produced by Solid Scheme Productions out of New York. Chris Charity and Derek Lynch, rest in peace. And they're the ones that produced Das Effects. You know what I'm saying? Remember Das Effects? Straight from the Sewer. So if you listen to Straight from the Sewer remix, you would hear that, yeah. You would hear them same sounds or whatever. So when he came to LA and Cube, of course, Cube was messing with them because he did you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. So they flipped that with Das Effects. So he was already, so he put them up with me. And we did Peace Treaty. That's good, man. Y'all making me remember history stuff that it's so much stuff I take for granted because I just never was a groupie. I never really cared about this industry stuff. I never looked at these people as stars or celebrities. If anything, they looked at us as that. So I didn't remember. Like y'all would have to ask me questions from, for me to even remember. I don't even remember, the impact that I even had on people. I just forget about it because I didn't do it for that. You know what I'm saying? But people have to remind me, like, bruh, like you was that dude, like you was this, and you was like, all right. Mac Dre, salute. Cam, wish you Mad Black Man. Cam, I wish you dropped a full album after you came with that Vlad Dish joint. Yeah, where would I have dropped it at? That's been my dilemma. If you know who controls media, you would just be wasting. I would just be wasting content. You know what I'm saying? How could I feed my family giving away a free album? I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's always going to still come down to people respecting my value and being willing to compensate me for it, or do some kind of deal or write some kind of checks like they do with these up and coming new artists that don't got no track record, no history. You know what I'm saying? It's just the producer or the label or has to believe in you. They heard something or whatever, they believe in you, and they're gonna gamble with you. They're gonna hit you with an advance. You know what I'm saying? You sign a contract, but they're gambling on it. That's just an investment or like stocks that they're not sure if you're gonna blow up. Either way, they're gonna write you off as a tax write-off. So for somebody then like me that is proven, tried, true, proven, got a fan base and everything, that's way a easier no-brainer bet. Why wouldn't nobody bet on that? Because whoever controlled the trends of the industry, the music programmers or whatever, that hijacked this thing called rap or hip hop, they wanted to send it in a different direction. No matter how dope you were, then have you ever thought about this? Like, where it's R&B acts or rap acts or whatever. Like, damn, that nigga fire. It could be like Jodeci. It could be like whoever. Like, what happened to them? They never was whack. They never fell off. What happened? Like, why did we age them out? Why did we act like they was too old when these white acts, Willie Nelson and Rolling Stones and all these people, like they be like 80 and 90 years old still out there doing songs that that ain't popular no more. Like all the people that of their generation that when they made them is dead already, but they can keep their legends alive and keep them working or whatever. But why do who wrote the law to age us out? Like you're a 40-year-old rapper or you're a 50-year-old rapper. Like ain't you supposed to be able to become 50 years old or 40 years? Like so that's just all that Willie Lynch, COINTELPRO, psychological warfare, self-hating, stuff that we got to deal with. But yeah, I've been at it. Mr. 6'5", salute, salute. Terrell V, everything a popularity contest, even on here. And that's about how many subscribers you have, right? Though most are bots promoting who they want to succeed. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. D came too. I apologize if it's already been addressed, but Whoop Whoop, who actually started Whoop? Oh, you talking about the Whoop, like the street saying Whoop? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I heard it first from the Crip side. Denver Lanes, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the Denver Lanes. Like, they had, as far as I know, they had the first song, homie from Denver Lane, G Lean. I did a remix on way back on Power 106 when Big Boy was on Power 106. Because we had bumped into each other and kind of bumped heads at one of them summer jams when they was doing the summer jam. And he was upset. G Lynn was upset from Denver Lane, saying that he had gave DJ Pooh a copy of his song, the song Whoop Whoop, because he had done a song called Whoop Whoop, and he gave it to DJ Pooh. He said, and then he said Pooh must have stole it because I came out with Whoop Whoop. I was like, Pooh didn't do Whoop Whoop. I did Whoop Whoop. I did Whoop Whoop. I picked the beat out and all of that. I didn't never hear nothing from Pooh. Pooh was beefing, kind of like beefing with Cube at that time. So I had Whoop Whoop. So as a shot, kind of like against Cube, he took Whoop Whoop and put it on his thing and put it out. So that didn't have nothing to do with the Denver Lanes or whatever. I heard my little homies, East Side, the blue side was saying Whoop Whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where it came from, but the first people I heard do a song with Whoop Whoop was the Denver Lanes. So I just went on and gave them the credit, but I don't gang bang, so either way it don't matter. And I even did that song Whoop Whoop as a diss to West Side Connection because I felt like they stole another image. Like I felt like Cube and them stole another. I gotta say it. Salute, rest in peace, my homie Red Rum. You know what I'm saying? Red Rum 781 from Inglewood. Pyru Love, Red Rum. That was my bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My bro. So me, Red Rum, and my other cousin D-Dog, we had a group called Universal Soldiers. This was before West Side Connection. This was before West Side Connection. So we was already advertising and taking pictures. It was a blue, a red, and a black, right? So next thing you know, West Side Connection came out with, the gangster killing and dope dealing is blue, red, black, and I guess Q represents black now. I thought so. So I got at him about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and so Whoop Whoop came from that. It came from me taking they bag. You know what I'm saying? Because I was upset with Mac 10 because me and Mac 10 was cool, and Mac 10 kind of was used to vent to me because he was trying to get on with Cube, and Cube was playing him a certain kind of way. I was like, F dude, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm already finna diss. I got a song called "Pull Your Hoe Card" that I'm working on. That's what I'm telling Mac 10, and you can get on there with me. You can get on, pull your whole card with me, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. He's like, all right. So I didn't hear from him for a few months, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, he had he was a part of a group with Cube because he had, me and Cube was going back and forth dissing on some underground tapes. So when somebody asked me about DJ Crazy Tunes, so DJ Crazy Tunes was doing mixtapes that Cube was dissing me on mixtapes. Cube wouldn't diss me on no commercial thing, you know what I'm saying? But he was dissing me on mixtapes. So, once I heard that, then I actually did the Woo Woo record. You know what I'm saying? But by then, Mac 10 was a part of it. Now you squad. Now you're a group with Cube. You was just complaining about Cube to me, like, you know what I'm saying. But we laughed about it, even once me and Solo, Solo did whatever he did with Cube, and it was up. You know what I'm saying? We the ones gave. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, it is what it is. We the ones gave Mac 10 the W chain back. And like we all three of us was laughing. Mac 10 pulled out, he might have met us at the Fox Hill Mall, met us somewhere, like, he was in his Ferrari, you know what I'm saying? And we was, we was in whatever we was in, it was some fly, I don't know what it was, but we met up in the parking lot, just us. It was an empty parking lot, laughing. Like, y'all niggas crazy now, nigga, you crazy. So we was supposed to do some business and all of that, right? And it wasn't that Mac 10 was playing both sides, but he was already kind of seeing some little signs and symptoms that he was dissatisfied with. I was like, I told you, man. I told you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I came. Blah 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 blah. Like, he's like, well, yeah, man. But that earned him some extra stripes or some extra trust or whatever with Cube, in my opinion. And we knew it was. We didn't care. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was on 100% East Side business. Like we just was laughing about it. So I don't know what Mac 10 did with that, or and he wound up making millions of dollars with dude. He made more than I ever did. He was smarter than me. Shit. And that's why I used to tell him, like, man, get your, don't make the mistake I did. Like, get your money with dude. Like, get your money, man. You know what I'm saying? But as history repeated itself and time went on, you see they fell out for whatever reason or way that they fell out. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for the same reason, I don't think, that me and him did, but but it's a lot of behind the scenes history. It's like y'all think I was the boogeyman. Y'all are really hate. If you already hate me now, say like Diddy, or you can hate me now, I was a good brother, but we was diabolical if you crossed us. If you crossed us, yeah, it's just we was too smart. We was too about. It was too grimy. It was just too much. Like, it was too much. You still homies with DJ Quick? Yeah, I'm homies with everybody. If they homies with me, like these things, y'all would have to ask them. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with everybody. I'm cool with Cube. I'm cool with Dre. I'm cool with Snoop. I'm cool with everybody. They might not be cool with me. Cube, like it's real COINTELPRO stuff that went on. It's real agents and provocateurs or whatever, people that was in the nation that probably got flipped, or they might have came in as agents or whatever. Like, it was really some effort to drive a wedge between me and Cube, and that happened. Like, these people are behavioral scientists. They study your psychological profile, so they knew, and of course they was listening to our phone calls back then, so they know what your weaknesses is. They know what your desires are. They know what that is, or whatever. So, fortunately, I wasn't doing no dirt though. I was actually an innocent dude. But if you cross me, then I'm going. I'm gonna go. I wasn't no tough guy. I wasn't pushing no gang banging or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I was on the real enemy. Like people were scared or whatever. They didn't want to deal with me because they thought I was messing up the money because I was against the pink people. Like I was, the same way that Bloods was looking at Crips or Crips was looking at Bloods. That's how I was looking at the pink people or the slave masters people. So they thought that I was bad for business. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I was, maybe I wasn't or whatever. But Mad Black Man, speak on Khalid Muhammad and what he meant to you. Um, he meant he was priceless. He was priceless. I thought you were gonna say something about him with him and Cubes or what. Y'all can go online and see whatever he had to say about that. But um, he was one of our, trainers. You know what I'm saying? Khalid was one of our trainers. Top revolutionary warrior, soldier. But um, he got out of line, on some spiritual issues and some chain of command spiritual issues, that we couldn't ride with him. Couldn't ride with him. Couldn't, it's a lot. We go into that, but this ain't the platform for that. I'll talk about that on my page or something. This is Digital Soapbox. It's somebody else's page, so I ain't gonna go there. Um, Cam, have you ever thought about having a podcast? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. How was it working with Dre in the studio for Murdered and Murderers? I didn't work with him in the studio for Murdered and Murderers. I just got the beat from him and laid it wherever I was at and sent it back. It was a couple of records. It was a couple of beats, but no, I was never in the studio with Dre. I've never been in the studio with Dre. Um, Thug coding. Our people aren't taught these opportunities exist for our people in sub-economic communities. They keep us distracted with drugs, women, music, and image. Yeah. Nathaniel Blackwell. Any chance of you hopping on Lord Jamar's Yada I Mean Godcast as a guest? Oh, yeah, I've been doing that. I was on his show a few years ago around the time when he left from Vlad, and I did the Culture Vulture record, and that whole time that's my G. That's my bro, my guy, bro, Lord Jamar. Yeah, Lord Jamar, Rod Digger. Yeah, that's my fan. Uh, Don Berg, what's your relationship like with Code 187 of Above the Law? 1000%. I love that's my G, my G, my G. We wasn't really affiliated, like we weren't really dealing with each other. Like when I first hooked up with Cube, they was freshly beefing with Above the Law, right? When they had some incident at some hotel or scrap or something like that. So I kept my distance from them, just like I kept my distance from NWA and Ren and Easy and all of them. But then eventually, me and Ren became cool, and me and Hutch, 187 became cool and all of that. Like, cause 187 produced a couple of records on my second album. He produced I think two or three records on my second album. So that's my loved one. Real pioneer, real vet. Like people, they should have been. The real ones are the ones that should be the multi-millionaires and billionaires right now. So I'm not. That's all I say about it. Leave that alone. L Light. Oh, you avoided my question. What was your question? I can't. Read everything. What was the question? L Light. L Light. Robert Pierce. Did you have a close relationship with Khalid Muhammad? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you've seen some old videos, you've seen me standing holding posts for him. I'm the one that produced. I mean, not produced, but put him with Q. Put him and I was the glue that brought them together. So I didn't get into I didn't meet none of these rappers or whatever through the nation by Allah, God's permission. I'm the one brought this rap stuff to the nation on the West Coast. So all these rappers or whatever, what I'm saying, by God's permission at that time came by way of me. That was my influence at that time. T-Step, salute, salute. Yes, sir. Make that a lot for me, please. Do out for me, please. How many rappers have you ghost wrote for? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Should we know your rapper back? Ricardo Cam, did you have any friendship with New York rappers back during the rap beefs? If so, who? Everybody. I was always cool with everybody from the East Coast. Nas, me and Nas, and was supposed to do a project or something together, but it did never happen for whatever reason. His mom had just passed at that time, so it didn't happen. But he reached out to me. Actually, I brought him over to DJ Quick's house. I brought Nas over to DJ Quick's house, and there's some stuff that I was supposed to be on Quick record. There's some stuff I was supposed to be on Nas record, but somebody gets in their ear and say that KAM or the Nation of Islam is bad for business. So I wind up being the person that connects people, but then they get Camnesia. That's why I even made that third album called Camnesia, because boy, they done forgot about your brother, boy, for so many major things and for so long. Don Bird, by you being a Muslim, do you have an everyday workout routine? Yeah. I'm an NOI Muslim though, so I'm the suit and bow tie Minister Farrakhan type Muslim. So we eat only one meal a day anyway, 1 meal a day, and I work out. I ain't worked out in a minute, so I kind of lost what I had. I've been fasting and stressing and dealing with some health issues or whatever. So I ain't been working out. So I got to get back on it. I might even start get back on it today or tonight. But we practice how to eat to live by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So that's your real wealth. Chasing the bag is a waste of time if you ain't chasing health, if you ain't chasing the right kind of food. It's better to go broke. It's better to go broke putting the best food and drink in your body than anything else. Put the best food and drink in your body. Know that these people are, enemies are poisoning us and taking us out by the food we eat and the drinks that we drink. I'm not gonna get on here like I say and blow up my bros page with my conspiracy proofs, not theories, but I ain't gonna do that tonight on this page. Kids gotta eat. I'm with you on that Snoop issue with the strip club in the community. KAM, you're a real example for us. Salute, man. Appreciate it. And like I said, it's not me trying to beef. I'm not beefing. This is not beef. This is just loving correction and accountability. This is just holding us accountable. Somebody, let me find this. Now look at this. Trip this right here. This is why ninjas go ninja, and you can't win with ninjas. Let me show you something. This was on the post. Somebody left a comment on my most recent post I put up earlier today about that with DJ Pooh. The thing about DJ Pooh getting in my comments. It says, but Snoop is not a Muslim. Why he has to agree with you and your way of thinking? Just asking. I don't understand on the respect. Antoine Walters, thank you, Antoine Walters, for the cash app. I saw it. And then somebody else said, no, my answer to them is, why do you agree with the pink people's way of thinking and laws? Why do you respect your former, such and such's moral laws more than your own righteous brothers? Like, why can't I be, what I'm saying, an authority? And then Michael Brown, his very last comment is the one I want y'all to look at. Was wondering what this was about. So Snoop is establishing a strip club somewhere in LA. If so, why is that KAM's business? Damn. And who anointed him to clean people or the community up? Damn, like, man, they can't even clean this community up. God dang. This comes off as sanctimonious, Has Snoop publicly declared Minister Farrakhan to be his leader? I don't know, but just raising the question, like, damn, bruh. Damn, dude said, is it KAM's business? Who anointed him to clean up people or community? I thought we wanted the community cleaned up. I thought we wanted, oh, wait, man, we got to police our own community. We got to step up and do our own. Like, and now when you step up and do your own, who anointed you? Who anointed you? Ninjas go ninja. You can't win with them. That's why you can't worry about it. You got to do you. You got to do what you know you're supposed to do. This is who I fight. You're not going to find not one white person in my comments saying what these ninjas is saying. Just think about that. That's where these stresses, lines, and bags and all of that, and wrinkles, and it comes from our own people. Not even the real enemy. Not even the slave masters people. Like, it's from us. And it said, who anointed you to clean up people or to, like, wow. So if it's trash on your street, you got to go get the Europeans' permission and approval before somebody picks it up and cleans it up. Who anointed you to clean up the trash around here? You're not waste management. We didn't pay you for that. Nobody asking you to clean up around here. Like, damn, boy. Damn. That's sanctimonious. You holy because you talking about cleaning people up. Damn, I guess I should be charging you then, huh? You'll respect me more if I charge you money for it, right? But if I'm doing out of righteous love and duty and for my own people, you're gonna call me sanctimonious or saint something sanctimonious or something. Like, Jesus Christ. Christian Ramirez, salute, yeah, undercovers. We all High Life 600. We all know bro chasing dollars and not saving his soul. Right, waste management. I mean, I'm just saying, man. What is a strip club going to do for our community? How is that going to help our community? Who is that going to help? Well, you making money. You making money doing what? Ain't that just in-house 304ing? Ain't that just indoor 304ing? Like, how is that going to help our souls, our minds? How is that going to help our psyches and our self-respect? How is that going to help? If we just feeding the addictions, if we feeding the traumas, we're sponsoring the traumas and sponsoring the addictions. Like, what, I'm supposed to be quiet? You know what I'm saying? So you saw the first clip. I got like 2 or 3 different clips of this video that I put up today. The first part was just talking about DJ Pooh. The second one was me and Bo Rock from the Dove Shack. Salute to Bo Rock from Long Beach, you know what I'm saying, with the Summertime in the LBC hit record, you know what I'm saying, Bo Rock. So we was on for a little while on that same live. So I'm gonna post that up tomorrow because he made some good points and I made some good points because he was saying, well, bro, that Snoop does a lot of good stuff, you know what I'm saying, like, that he don't really publicize or whatever, or stuff that he did publicize, like on the Netflix thing, like the football teams and sponsoring this and sponsoring that. Okay, does that justify vices? Or would the vices devalue and disqualify those things? Why do you need to publicize vices? Do like Floyd Mayweather, as far as I know. Do that at your house. If you like stripping, have private stripper parties at your house. Why publicize it? Why make it public? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, well, that really ain't his thing. That's really boss lady's thing. And, like kind of shifting like, no, that's his wife. It's not like his son. It's not like, my son, if my son chooses to do something on his own that doesn't reflect what you know, what my respect and my belief system is, then you can't pin that on me because, he's not choosing to be my life partner. But if this is your wife, and I told him, well, I don't argue with my brother's wives. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to address my sister at all because that's inappropriate. I'll talk to her husband. He's responsible in my eyes. He's responsible for that. So you can't say, well, she boss lady and she can do whatever she want to do. Like, okay, well, I got to talk to the boss man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. I'm gonna still deal with it. I'm still, boycott it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still do what needs to be done with that club, that thing. But I don't wanna, put no pressure on his wife. No, he got to get the pressure. If my wife do something, I got to get the pressure. That's my life partner. That's my companion, my active current spouse. Whatever she doing, I'm responsible for it, right? So yeah, high life. Okay, if you do that, that was just my example. I never seen that. You know what I'm saying? So every time I see Floyd or whatever on some strip stuff, like it's always at his house. So if you got some strip clubs, and I guess that was a bad example, but you get my point. That's a vice. You're not supposed to spread your vices. You're not supposed to spread your weaknesses. You're not supposed to spread your diseases, right? Is that not a disease? Is that not a dis-ease? Is that not a vice? Right? Just because you go to Las Vegas and where it's so-called legal, it's a brothel. You can stop at the little brothels or whatever. Does that make it that means it's okay? Is selling sex okay? If anybody, no matter who do it, is that okay? So you think I'm gonna be quiet about it when I'm the one got to go to these funerals and go to these battered women's shelters and go to these clinics and these hospitals and seeing them, you know, suffering from HIV and syphilis and herpes and what I'm saying, everything else. Why are we not saying that side of the story? Like that's what all of that type of club leads to. What positive thing does that club lead to? Because money ain't enough. Money ain't enough. That's not enough to justify doing that. Well, you get money, you get this much money every night. Oh, so you need to make money? No, we don't need to make money, but we're trying to give money to, opportunities to these young girls. So that's what you're influencing them to do. Because stripping is a young girl's sport. That's a young girl's game. Thank you, Miles Woods, for the 5. Thank you. Ignore it, Cam. We are our own worst enemy. Just keep doing what you're doing. I follow, but one day we got to talk. Keep doing what you're doing. The devil stay busy. Absolutely. But, I got to do what I got to do. You right. And I appreciate the 5. But I kind of lost my train of thought. Lust is a destructive vice like drugs. Big tech to the hood. I've been saying that. Bring tech to the hood. There you go. Right. So stripping is, like I said in my live, instead of opening a strip club, open a strip mall. You know, open a tech a little like what Nip, rest in peace, what Nipsey was trying to do. Teach entrepreneurship. Teach, how to make clothing or how to sell this or sell food or juice bar or something. You know what I'm saying? Something that you don't have to degrade yourself or you don't have to degrade your women, your girls, your daughters, my daughters, because that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at that's my daughter strung out. That's my daughter popping in and having a drink and sitting on strange men's lap or whatever. You exploiting women and girls who was traumatized. You know what I'm saying? You exploiting them and acting like you doing them a favor. You providing them with a job. Okay, okay. Yeah, there's definitely a downside to any sexual, sex industry. 100%. Miss 702, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Rue Da Vinci, Fairfield, California, in the building. Much love and appreciation, man. Likewise, likewise. So this is just like I said, we taking your questions, addressing your comments. I want to read all of your comments. And so you can know where I'm coming from, but I want to hear how you feel about it. How, Do you think that I'm tripping? Do you think that I have a valid case? That I have real righteous moral legs to stand on? Is this business worth standing on that I'm standing on? Or am I a hitter? I mean, a hater or a hitter or what? Christian Ramirez, SPM wife. Oh, I don't know what that means. Robert Pierce, your song "Positivity" is a banger. Yeah, that was a single. I think that's the second single off me and Battle Cat's album. The first single was "Legend in My Section" featuring Corrupt and Chill. Compton Most Wanted, Chill. Salute, Chill. Keep your head up. Mr. 252 ND, man, thank you for the 10. I'm glad you're telling your truth. Always been a West Coast KAM fan, man. Salute. Thank you, Mr. 252. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so Positivity and Legend in My Section are the first two singles. I leaked one more. It's a song called Lord Take the Wheel. That's on my page. So y'all can go to my Instagram page and enjoy them little free songs so you kind of like get a feel of where we at. But I'm 54 years old, so I'm not trying to make no young teeny bopper music. I'm making grown up music, grown, positive, mature, grown, sexy music. You know what I'm saying? That you can perform at a jazz festival. You know what I'm saying? You can perform at a rap show, rap concert. So that's where I'm at with it. Miss 702, thoughts on Noble Drew Ali, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The highest, utmost respect. Those are my brothers in the faith and in the struggle. Islam, Amur brothers. I'm a Moor. I'm a Moor. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Christian. I'm all of that. So Noble Drew Ali is definitely one of the pioneers and forefathers of our movement. High Life 600, you good at this, Cam. You should do this more often. Yeah, y'all make it easy. Y'all make it easy. So if I feed off y'all energy, you know what I'm saying, then I can talk because it's the questions. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving me questions and comments, like if you really want to know some stuff that you never really heard from me or you never heard my side of the story, then that make it easy. That make it flow. I might not get to everybody's comments, but y'all make this easy. I would do this, on a regular basis if y'all here. Kids Gotta Eat. He just opened a weed dispensary as well. Yeah, it ain't just him. Exhibit just opened one. A lot of people open weed dispensaries. That's vices. I don't care, man. I don't care. Call it what you want. I grew up smoking weed. I grew up drinking. I grew up eating pig. I grew up, disrespecting females and all of that. So, I did all of that, but I knew it was wrong, and I still know it's wrong today, especially as a 50-something-year-old man. So, ain't no excuse, especially if you're already a multi-millionaire. You're not doing it for money. What are you doing it for? You're not helping girls. That's not helping our girls. Any girl that got the mentality to strip in the first place has other issues, has other childhood trauma issues, in my opinion. A majority of them do. They have moral issues. They have self-esteem, self-respect, self-value issues. You don't sponsor that. You don't fund that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what you do, especially if you know better. So is it a misery loves company situation? Like I couldn't beat them, so I'm gonna join them. Like it's a lot of things I can, speculate, but it's not for me to even get into that. I just got to deal with the scourge or that's not something that's supposed to be there. So I'm on boycott mission with that. I'm not saying boycott no other business. Anything else that, Snoop or Boss Lady is doing that's positive, I'm 100% on board with it. I give just the same as much as energy and I have in promoting that. That's why you would never hear me come out saying this till right now. You know what I'm saying? It was some other business, personal business or whatever that kind of triggered this. It was some other business, that me and Snoop was in the middle of or was supposed to have discussed that we didn't discuss that kind of triggered this. But I'll leave that alone. I'll let him speak on it if you decide you want to speak on what triggered this. But it's Every time someone is called out, people instantly say they're a hater. Yeah. Your consistency shows you a voice of reason. It's not a fad. Yes, it's not a fad. You know, the thug coding. This is a great platform. Thug coding. I like that. This is a great platform. I would suggest keeping it going. Live question and answer would be cool. Then action on the discussion. Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna have Steel teach me how to work the little dashboard and bringing people on video and all of that. But yeah, I hear that, and I'm gonna follow that instruction. Thug coding. Thank you for that. Benjamin Campbell, serious question: do California gangs respect out-of-state gangs that represent what was originally started in California? Yeah, but most of the, if you, from my experience in my history, if you gang banging in California, you don't got enough money to go to no out of states and worry about or see what they want, whether they respect you or not. Gang banging is usually a product of poverty or abuse. So the most active gang members are brokenhearted, poverty, or abused. So we're not worrying about what's going on out of state. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for gang members out of state. If you adopt a LA based gang, you probably was abused. You probably was neglected. You probably was traumatized as a child also. So you just looking for a platform to rebel. Like it's just like you know black militant rebellious outlet. You know what I'm saying? That's all gang banging is. You know it's wartime. You know you're supposed to be fighting the enemy, but you just don't know who the real enemy is. So you just letting that masculine, aggressive energy out in the wrong direction. So uh R. Skinner, you and Saphir had a hit. Yeah, that's my bro, man. God bless my bro. Saphir, we had a song. What was that? Watch Daddy Ball. Watch How Daddy Ball, or Watch Daddy Ball, or something like that. And that was produced by Stevie J. Stevie J. Salute Stevie J. You know what I'm saying? Soldier for real. I like it. Ain't no greater love. That song and BB Bang. Yeah, that's on a 2020 God Vision NOI mixtape, and that's featuring Derek for real. Tony Vlogs outside. Peace, fruit, peace, peace. Have you listened to Muslim rapper Golden Child? Absolutely. Fire. Fire. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. In the trenches. Oh, yeah, that's a young stepper with it. Miss 702, that's beautiful. Much love from 108 Crenshaw. That's right. That's right. The one way. Yeah, like I said earlier, that's I was my first 4 or 5 years of life was over there. Um, I lived on 83rd and 7th Avenue in Inglewood Family Hood. That's when my first witnessing of any gang activity was Inglewood families. I was like 4 years old, 5 years old, and I seen some homies beating up a little dude coming home from across the street. I was in on the grass sitting, and they was across the street walking home from school, and they was putting him on or something. It was sad, but then I moved to the east side and it got all the way sadder. It got extreme. Um, Clarissa Turcios. You went off on that song "Still More Bounce" with Roger Troutman. Salute, salute. Doobie Sonics, what was your reaction when you first heard Razcast's Nature of the Threat? I probably heard it from him. Like we was all in the same clique. Razcast was a beast, a lyrical beast. But we all fed from the same fountain. We all used to sharpen each other's swords. So his style was like this, our style was like that. But yeah, Razcast was always a fellow pioneer beast, beast. You know what I'm saying? He was more digestible and embraced from East Coast rappers though, because his lyrics, yeah, straight beast. Mr. 512, you articulate well. You're going to take off on the internet, so get ready. All right, I'm ready. That yeah, I accept that. Thank you, Mr. 512. I agree with that. As long as you take off with me, as long as y'all stay with me, man, and keep me grounded, so I don't go highly weird. You know, Benjamin Campbell. I asked because I work on the school system in South Carolina, and these children are representing the gangs, and it's getting wild down here. Yeah, that's by design. Like I said, that's social engineering, that's psychological warfare. They're doing that by design, and they're doing it through the music, they're doing it through the drugs, they're doing it through these video games. You know what I'm saying? They desensitizing us and making us get more, our children get more and more disrespect for life, not respecting life. And it's even certain signals, frequency signals or whatever, that they putting in these video games that cause the children depression and mental illness and violent aggressions or whatever. It's a lot of our children suffering from mental illness, and it got a lot to do with the mental food that they feeding with these video games and this music, and the lack of certain vitamins and nutrients in food. So if your children is on them video games, get them off the video games, get them outside in the sun, make them sweat, make them exercise, and feed them vitamin B, vitamin B1, vitamin B12, niacin. You got to pump them up on vitamin B, and vitamin C. You gotta damn near OD them. You know what I'm saying? Because when most of us that suffers from mental illness, we're deficient or almost depleted in vitamin B. So mostly niacin and vitamin B1. So try to remember that, y'all. Try to remember that. I'm past the hour mark. I didn't really want to plan to go this long. El Matic, salute. Walaikum salam. Colloidal silver request on the way. Man, I appreciate you. Let me know, once you put it in. I'm gonna put an extra bottle in there for you, because you've been supporting your bro for so long. Elmatic, you really be coming through. So every time I see you, I be wanting to put an extra bottle in there, but sometimes I forget, or my people will forget. But just remind me if you don't mind, man. I got you. It's 7:02. My dad would take my. No way. Eric Swan, you chose to live with whites. Do you agree white communities are also under attack by the controller? You chose to live with whites? I don't understand that. But do you also agree white communities are also under attack by the controllers? Absolutely. Absolutely. You see what's going on with Trump. Trump represents the woke whites. I'm not saying that they're righteous. I'm not saying that they love blacks or nothing like that, but they are woke to Big Brother. They're woke to Big Brother, who has been manipulating and controlling them and using them as tools and pawns against each other and against us. So 100%, you know what I'm saying, they are under attack by the controllers, and that's what Trump represents, and that's why they fear Trump so much, because he has a following. He has awakened the following, the masses of Gentile whites. You know what I'm saying? Not the Zionist minority, but the Gentile whites, you know, and those are the militant ones. That's the survivalists that's going to stock up on survival supplies and ammunition and weapons and be ready to secede from the Union, like the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? So they bought that action. Like the government, or these government elite, they don't fear us as much as they fear their own little white brothers, because they know their white brothers haven't been traumatized with slavery like that. So they ready to get busy. That's what January 6th was all about. So they terrified right now. That's why they trying to take guns, take the guns right and all of that from the white militia masses, from the white Trump followers. So us blacks, we got to sit back, and that's not our fight. It's up now. Once white people start fighting against white people, or what I'm saying, we at the end. America is almost at the end, because it's gonna collapse from within. It's gonna be civil war and unrest from within by white people against white people. In my opinion, it's my opinion, and I don't even want to really talk about that subject on somebody else's page because, I don't want to see that happen at all. I don't want to see no war, no unrest, no violence, no nothing. So, but I was just answering your question. Make it some music on the channel too. You have plenty. You have the pool to really get a platform popping. Well, I have a YouTube channel, but it's demonetized because of this type of talk. So I don't want to say the wrong thing and get this one demonetized. So I can't really address every type of question or subject that y'all might want me to address. Not on this page. Boss Money Snoop is not going to address it. We'll see. We'll see. Pressure busts pipes. Pressure does a lot of things. My daddy, Miss 702, my daddy was a whole lowrider. My daddy a whole lowrider. He's also a former Muslim. He didn't play none of this new age daddy stuff. No smoking, no drinking, etc. Isaac Guerrero, salute, salute. What should we do about neighborhood dealers that know better and still continue for years to keep poisoning community and youth? You know what we should do. We should make them stop. You ain't gonna get me to say nothing. We should make them stop. That's all. I talk to him all the time, Benjamin Campbell. I talk to him all the time. Y'all never been to California, let alone left your town, but screaming you're a 20 crib. Because they want to be a part of something. It's the same way. It's this is my personal view, right? And I got to be careful how I say this. So, Black street community organizations are no worse in my view, than the United States military. So if you can feel patriotic about being a Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, they all carry weapons that delete people. They all delete people. They're all trained to delete people. You know what I'm saying? So what makes your delete people organization better than Black street organizations that might delete people? You know what I'm saying? So, you're not holy and righteous just because yours is more organized. No, that's even in my view, that's even worse in my view. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in wars that take the life of any human beings whatsoever. I don't believe in that. Ryan Jackson, walaikum salam. Do you think hip hop will ever get back to where it once was? I think it's going to be better than where it once was. Hip hop never left. You're talking about the hip hop commercialized industry. You mean the people that hijacked hip hop or rap and is now commercializing it and using it as a weapon against the people that created it? That'll never get better. That has to be destroyed. But the art form and the passion and the talent that we have to do it, that's only going to get better and better. Truth seeker. Facts. My nephew was 18, was one of the culprits that such and such that New Zealand tourists in Newport Beach. 3 young Black men facing that penalty, underestimating his beast. That's right. Tamir, each one teach one. Salute. Eastendale Ave. Peace. Buy black. What's your thoughts on those that say diseases aren't man-made, it's hereditary? That's all absolutely false. All disease is unfortunate, and I got to be careful to answer. You almost got me. This ain't my page. So I think this is just my opinion. I personally think, I could be wrong, that diseases are not natural, not the diseases that we suffer from. These diseases now that are natural. You know what I'm saying? We can trace the cause. Life is about cause and effect. The science of anything in life is about cause and effect. It's not about abracadabra or it was the Lord's will or the Lord took her home. God has another angel and all this stuff, that fairy tale childish stuff that we try to convince ourselves to make us feel good, because we don't want to acknowledge that a real entity caused the effect of the destruction or the deletion of our loved one. They just did it with, a different type of weapon. It wasn't a stick. It was a germ, or it was a chemical, or it was you know what I'm saying. So absolutely, absolutely, man-made, in my personal opinion. But I can't tell you which ones are and which ones aren't. I just think that most of them are. To answer that question, be brave, stay solid. Um, our young brothers and sisters need real mentors. Yeah, I'm on it. Appreciate you. Is there any word on the appeal and the dismissal of? No, I haven't heard no word on that case. Kristen Ramirez, parental advisory labels on the music is no joke. Lyrics be hard on the opponent. Tamir, because we ain't no threat, we don't stick together. Soldier for real life. So have you seen some weird stuff in Hollywood, or do you think that they wanted to keep you from that? No, I've seen some weird stuff, and they want to keep me from it. Yeah, I know I'm falling way behind, so forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to read these. Um, Ant Dog, what's up? That's right. That's right. Salute. JD, Jordan Down. They showed their hand in New Mexico. Governor restricted sticks in high crime areas. This can be used to, yeah, yeah. I got to be careful. That's why I'm not reading the whole thing, because, like I said, this is not my page. So I done already said a few trigger words that might, cause something I don't want to cause to this channel. Eric Swan, what category do I belong in as a white from Gardena and a KAM fan since '93? Spent all my life in the Black community. That's a great question, Eric. So, and I'll say this, I'm gonna try to say it quick and use the right words to where I don't violate this channel. Um, Spiritually and naturally, according to our understanding in the NOI, if you that age and you grew up around original people, then you can be trusted. You know what I'm saying? You can be trusted as one of us, if because let me see, how can I say that? There's a law among us that says, why do we make? I'm gonna omit. I'm gonna replace a few words here. Why do we make you know the uh, the European study from 35 to 50 years before they can uh, call themselves holy, or be among the righteous, or call themselves righteous, right? Because the nature of us is different. But white people did not ask; they had no control over what race or what nationality or what gender or whatever that we came into the world being. But you do have a choice on what you're going to subscribe to, which once you get here. So once you get here, you have to be given grace and mercy and understanding, you know what I'm saying? And a time to prove who you are and what you about and what you're going to do, you know what I'm saying? So generally speaking, the most trustworthy, in my experience, the most trustworthy whites, the whites that I would call friends, is whites that grew up with blacks. This is just my personal thing, because I've been traumatized and we got trauma in our DNA. So me personally, I'm more inclined to trust and communicate and let my guard more down with descendants of my former slave masters' children that grew up with us. And a lot of times on some street level, on some street stuff, that's why they be the, they got the most work, because we gonna make you put more work in, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they way more calm and way more humble and way more, you know, observant, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the coolest white people you're gonna find anywhere on the planet. The ones that grew up with black people, especially get in the ghetto or in the hood or whatever. So hope that answers your question, Eric Swan. A lot of people want to be, get that love and embrace, because I'm a quote unquote black Muslim, and y'all, I'm from the organizations that says that the European is the such and such, you know what I'm saying? But we carry the name of a prophet that we taught is white. So if y'all didn't know, anybody that's claiming that the NOI, is, position is this against white people, Prophet Muhammad of Arabia, the prophet of the last and greatest prophet period to the world before the end of the world, that the Holy Quran was revealed to and through by Allah, by the angel Jibril. Our leader taught us that Prophet Muhammad was a white man. A white man. And we taught also, y'all know about the teacher of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was Master Fard Muhammad. And y'all say he looks like a white man. That's because his mother was white, pure white woman from the Caucasus Mountains. She was from the bloodline of Prophet Muhammad. She carried the blood of the Holy Prophet. So if we call him a white man holy, a holy prophet, that's because he went through the jihad, or the internal holy war against the weakness of his own nature, and conquered it. He conquered the natural weak inclinations of the European nature, and became righteous because he learned and studied and lived and did like the original people. He submitted his opposite nature to do the will of the original people's nature. And he became holy and righteous and immortal. And we honor him to this day, and we wear his name. We don't worship him. We're the people of God that taught him how to do that. But we honor him. That's why he's the greatest prophet to us, because we proved that expression, that negative expression of human being that's called devil, could be reformed. But you're responsible for doing that warfare yourself. We're not responsible for reforming you. We're responsible for, giving you the tools and the ingredients and the example. So us being, destroyed, and our God allowing us to be destroyed for the last 6,000 years and for the last 400 years here in America, put us on the same mental and spiritual dead level as the Europeans. So as you see us come up from savagery and come up from gang banging and pimping and 304ing and all this self-hating, and so we was equivalent with what we call the devils. So as you see us, down on the mud level under the Europeans. So if you can see us come up, talking about the members of the Nation of Islam, or people that accept Islam and use that not as a religion, but as a mathematic, a scientific way of life, which is our nature, just of righteousness, that stands us back up and cleans us back up and causes us to be healthy and dignified and united. That's the example for white people. And if you say, well, I'm not black and I can't really, we got different natures. Well, Muhammad is your example, not Elijah Muhammad or Farrakhan or me. You have the greatest prophet as your example. Follow his example. So that's what this is all about. And I didn't want to make this about religion and nothing like that, but I'm just trying to answer the question as clearly, as possible, because we're not about some old spooky, holy, not holy, but spooky ghost story, dogma, religious dogma. That's not what the Nation of Islam is about. We're 100% about provable reality, provable natural science, and proven in no limit of time. That's why we say show and prove. We don't believe in nothing on face value. We've been lied to too much. We've been exploited and tricked and deceived in the name of God and prophets too much. So Islam means to us just submission to provable truth, not submission to some hearsay stories that you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that and God is this. And no, we submit to provable truth. And through submitting to provable truth, you enter into peace of mind. Like, damn, I used to be scared of the dark, but man, I used to be scared of ghosts or whatever. That stuff ain't even real. And you can prove that, this comes from this, the laws of cause and effect, the science of creation. So That's what these European scientists, they know. They proof that God, is closer to man because they go study creation and crack atoms and they put trees and leaves and blades of grass under a microscope. Or you get a Dr. Fauci, he gonna go to Wuhan lab and secretly fund research on certain viruses. They're gonna crack open nature. They're gonna study the reality of nature. They're not doing prayers. Prayers ain't what created an atom bomb. Prayers ain't what created AI and uh, Wi-Fi and internet technology. It wasn't prayers. It wasn't reciting a Quran or reciting some verse. It's going and getting knowledge of reality, right? So that's all gods are. Gods are not ghosts, invisible spook, ghost, formless beings. Gods are human beings that have mastered certain knowledges and sciences to such degree that they can will something into existence, and it happens because they have accessed the full power and potential of the 100% of their brain. The average human being, like we got all this technology and science and advancement, but the average human being only use 6 or 7 or 8% of their brain. That's because we're what we call mentally dead. So what would we be if we regain the use and the power, the full function of the rest of the 92 or 93, 92% of the rest of our brain that apparently is asleep or dormant? We would be the gods and the male and female gods that we were in the beginning. So that's what the Nation of Islam is about. The science of the knowledge of self, the knowledge of the human being, the infinite power of the mind and the brain. You're here to be able to master that knowledge in your lifetime while you live. So I didn't mean to go on and preaching and stuff, but salute Eric Swan. You asked me a very important question that I don't mean to ignore the rest of y'all, comments. So hopefully y'all can forgive me for that. But let me get back on track. It's already 37 minutes over. I don't want to bore y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'll stay here for a little more if y'all want me to. If y'all want to ask me a question, but I don't want to bore y'all. I don't want to, exhaust your mind or whatever. I know y'all got other things to do. Hopefully I'm good company. I'm your brother. I'm not charging you for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to prove my value like I've been proving it for the last 30 years or whatever. I just want to be a brother. I just want to be good company. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a bully. I'm not none of that. I stand on principles, though. Charles 13X, only the mother can pass along their mitochondrial DNA, which is why the grafting process takes place in the womb. I don't know those big words. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what those big words mean. Be brave. My people from the west side of Chicago, the nation's done great things, but men will be men. We can talk, Cam, on that, my brother. Salute. Men will be men if we're fallen. We're mentally dead, fallen, traumatized men. But once we get a hold of the information and the knowledge and the example that we used to have, it's just like lions in the circus. The last live I did, another live yesterday, it's like lions in the circus. They could be pussycats. Like circus lions will be circus lions, right? Circus lions will be circus lions. That's all you're saying. That's because they haven't been in contact with a real natural example. Once they see and hear a real natural lion bust into the circus to try to free them, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do with my paw? Oh, I didn't know my paw was supposed to do that. They had me psychologically governed and psychologically, paralyzed that I can't even swing my paw towards the ringmaster, you know what I'm saying? Because he's going to remind me of the beating he used to give me when I was a cub. You know what I'm saying? So and I hope, sorry, still, I hope I ain't blew up your page saying these wrong trigger words because now it's talking about other kind of stuff. So I don't want to blow his page up. The coding, start music and tech. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with all of that. Like I said, my son he's 19 now, but I've been having him. He's been doing tech and coding and stock trading since he was 13. He was teaching stock trading at 14. Stock options trading. I just, stock investing, not investing, just buying stocks and sitting on them. No, he was a day trader. He was a weekly trader. I mean, what I'm saying, he was doing, stock options and futures. So, he was teaching. I would post him right now, but I'm not going to do that because there's some stuff that I know I still got to do that I don't even want to include my family members because the backlash that's going to come from the next few days of some stuff that I got to say. I don't even want y'all to be able to easily find out who my son is or target my family members or whatever because haters, or you know I don't even want to say that word. There's so much I can't say on this page, but I appreciate y'all, man. I thank y'all, love y'all company. Hopefully I'm providing some value because I stutter. I usually cuss like a sailor, even though I'm not supposed to. That's why I stutter so much because my mind, I be so frustrated and I can't physically do nothing to somebody that violates me, so I cuss. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so used to cussing for so long. I don't mean nothing bad by it, but that's how I blow off steam. That's my exhaust pipe. You know what I'm saying? It's foul. You know what I'm saying? It's just like passing gas. It's foul. You don't want to hear it. It's like smelling fart. Cuss words is like audible farts or something. So forgive me for stuttering and my fragmented sentences and all of that. But I just appreciate y'all company, and I got so much experience and so much information built up and so many stories and so much principles and whatever that I've been wanting to share for so long. So now I'm finally getting a platform to share it. So I got to kind of pace myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wear you out. I don't want to wear me out. Edub text one. Do y'all like Bitcoin? Um, well, it ain't about liking it. It's about understanding it. So Bitcoin, you can get money out of Bitcoin, um, but you know, it's like all these things jeopardize. I don't know if y'all familiar with YouTube's current or recent terms and guidelines. It's a lot of stuff. If I say it, then they're gonna strike. They're gonna strike this page. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do Bitcoins. We used to when Bitcoin first started. That's one of the things that inspired me to get my son into stocks. He started on Bitcoin. He started with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was like $300 or $600 or something like that. So we made um, maybe about $15,000 way back then on Bitcoin, but we just left it alone after that because it was deregulated. It started getting political, and they started. I didn't know who was controlling blockchain, and then I got a young bro right now. I don't know if I want to say his name, but he just lost like 600,000 on Bitcoin, not because he made a bad bet, but the ledger or whatever that he had got compromised. So they say that it's all fail safe and fail proof and all of that, and it ain't. So that caused a real mental stress and depression. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff I just don't want to endorse. Um, Bitcoin is the future. Yeah, be brave, something like that. I can't repeat that, but yeah, something like that. Mike Jones, are you going to watch DJ Quick on Drink Champs this weekend? I wasn't even aware. I don't even keep up with my peers like that. Salute to DJ Quick with Drink Champs. I'm not a fan of that title. I'm not a fan of yeah. If it was Think Champs, I might watch it. I watch Think Champs, but I ain't gonna watch Drink Champs. Um, thank you, High Life. Hopefully, thank you. Hopefully, I didn't stutter too bad. Um, but yeah, I'm still on here for like 5 more minutes. There's a black man that owns the patent to blockchain. His name is Reggie Middleton. Good luck, Reggie. If that's true, good luck, Reggie Middleton. You're gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a black man that invented damn near everything, but you see how that went. You know how that goes. Right. High life thug coding. I worked in Silicon Valley outside of the janitors and cooks. Black people are absent. Gang, did Charleston White rally go to Farrakhan's house? I don't know. He said, I think I seen that little clip where he said he was visiting somebody across the street from Farrakhan's house. But nah, I ain't heard that story. And then I guess he said he went over there or he went outside or one of the brothers probably stepped to him. Me knowing the fruit, they probably stepped to him and got at him, and the minister said, "Leave him alone." I know that instruction well. Y'all so lucky that y'all got Minister Farrakhan in y'all midst. Oh my God. So I came up in the 90s, early 90s. I got registered in the nation in Compton, FOI, and Compton Mosque number 54 in the 1990s, beginning of 1991. We did nothing but demos. The reason why the Nation of Islam or the FOI had so much respect or regained that respect under Minister Farrakhan is because of the demos, the demonstrations that we put down, especially in Compton. So if Charleston, if well, anyway, and we're gonna get just like the dude did this comment. If I say what I was gonna say about what the demonstration would have been to Charleston White, then y'all would say, see, y'all only do stuff to your own people. Y'all don't ever do nothing to the Europeans or to the such and such. Now, would a childish, immature, somebody that bites at troll bait would feel like they gotta swell up and prove that, what I'm saying, oh, I do this. That's the same way that Adam 22 and Vlad tricks dudes into telling whatever they did or whatever they didn't do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you notice that the European law enforcement and whatever don't do us like they do, or y'all like. So we're either in cahoots with our former slave masters and whatever you claim, or we have done so many demonstrations that they don't talk about because they don't want y'all to get confidence, and we don't talk about because we're not going to implicate ourselves in how we have to respond or retaliate. So it's just some things you just go unspoken. If you can't connect the dots and say, well, damn, these Muslims don't be getting abused and they don't be getting shot up and they women don't be getting disrespected by these Europeans or these police nowhere near as much as they do us. Why is that? Oh, y'all in cahoots with Scientology. That's why. All right, and like, okay, like OJ, like Jay-Z. Okay. But you got action at me. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on my Instagram page. If you want to ask me these sensitive questions, and I won't answer them here. Follow me on my Instagram page, West Coast KAM. Follow me on my Instagram page. And you ask me them questions over there. I don't mind blowing that page up to answer them questions. I'll give you details. I'm not going to implicate myself, but I give you a much more clearer reason and answer of you know, what I'm saying. Salute, Doobie Funk 3000. Salute. Copper Draco, you and Crazy Rick ever work it out? We wasn't beefing. Crazy Rick, I would never beefing with Crazy Rick. Anybody that I might have a disagreement with or something like that, that's not beef. Me and Crazy Rick ain't never had beef. Be right. My ex is from Kurdistan. She and family has some interesting opinions regarding converts. Yeah, man. Y'all can, like I said, y'all can follow me over on my, follow me on my Instagram, West Coast Cam. And when you see me go live over there, you can ask me anything, almost anything. I ain't, and we'll get into it. Gang, gang, gang. I was wondering what's your thoughts on WAC 100 being COINTELPRO? Shit, I don't know who COINTELPRO is. COINTELPRO in the nation. There's COINTELPRO people in the nation. I have soldiered with some COINTELPRO members of the, agents that got flipped or turned or might have been sent. So anybody could be one. You got to check their track record. But their current activity definitely can suggest that they might be active in that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely can, make a case for that. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about, and if I did know, I wouldn't say it on here. The coding Scientology has some good practical information. Yep, a clear way to think. Yeah, that's all it is. But y'all brag about going to Harvard and Yale and Ivy League schools and all of that. What's the difference? Why is whatever information that you might can get from Scientology, why is that any better or worse than what you're gonna get from Harvard or Yale or any of these skull and bones secret society colleges, universities? Like ninjas gonna ninja no matter what. They just gonna look for a reason because they weak and they jealous and envious or they scared, cowards or whatever. It's gonna look for a reason to flee. Look for a reason not to submit to a military line organization, to a disciplined, authority, military line organization where there's authority. You're going to have to be under the authority of a living man. We don't like that. We want to be free. We don't follow no man. Remember, lying through our teeth. Don't follow no man. Yeah, you shouldn't follow no man. Okay, just the fact that you're saying that we shouldn't follow no man, that means you want us to follow your idea of not following no man. So you want us to follow you while you telling us we shouldn't follow no man. So it's easy to bust up all these little cowardly fallacies and all that. But, we can see the proof is in the pudding. What have you produced? What have you accomplished and produced independent as your one man island, not following no man? Cam look extraterrestrial. Yeah, I do. Especially right now. I always had an extraterrestrial big head, but now I've been fasting and I ain't been working out, whatever. So yeah, maybe there's something to that. It ain't no extraterrestrial. Speaking of that, have y'all noticed how now they're saying there's a new Harvard study? Harvard is supposed to be the top university in the world. There's a new Harvard study saying that aliens are probably not from outer space, but they're from here and they're living among us. They're living among us in disguise. Let me tell you, their code word, these secret, European secret fraternal orders, secret societies, code word for black people are aliens and extraterrestrials. That's their code word. They know that there's not no alien threat. There's a terrestrial native, there's an original nation threat. The UFOs that you hear about and read about are not from aliens. They're from original black and indigenous people of this planet that has been hiding secret science and technology for thousands and thousands of years. The architects or the engineers and the physicists that put the pyramids out there and that put pyramids all around the planet and put pyramids on Mars, those are us. That's us from this planet. The engineers of the UFOs are humans, original black, red, brown, and yellow people from this planet. That's why if you're into the Bible, talk about Ezekiel's wheel and had eyes all around it, meaning people, and it had beasts, four different beasts. That represents the four races of this planet. It's all code language. It's all symbolic code language, hiding the real identity of gods and angels, which is the original people of this planet who have regained the power and access to the full 100% of their brain. I don't know if y'all ever watched the movie Lucy. Y'all ever seen that movie Lucy? Of course, they made it a European lady. You know, she took some kind of new drug and it made her ignite the recesses of her brain and start using her full brain or whatever. That's just symbolic of what they know we are. Now, if you even look at a new little TV series that just came out called Super Cell, or like sickle cell, like with black people, sickle cell trait mutated into a super, like it activated, you know, some abilities of the human brain that only black people have. They trying to tell you about yourself. But yeah, there are people we are taught in the Nation of Islam that there are the science that there are people on other planets in our solar system. I ain't even talking about, you ain't got to go out no other solar system. And the 9 planets that it's life on all 9 of them. It's people on 7 of them, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we taught. So whatever material that planet is made out of, that's the material that people is made out of. So some of them say they're gas planets, gas giants, or they're made out of a different type of water, a different type of construction of atoms and molecules. That's what the people is made out of. They can't live on our planet. We can't live on this planet. So we don't have to worry about nobody from no other planet coming and invading us. That's impossible. Can't no other people from no other planet live on our planet and survive, and we can't live on their planet and survive. Impossible. Mike Jones, you and Farrakhan need to do a peace meeting with Kendrick and Drake's camp. They canceled Schoolboy Q concert in Toronto tomorrow due to security concerns. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what time it is. It's going to get worse. Minister Farrakhan is 91 years old. Minister Farrakhan does not have the energy or the time to worry about that. He's trying to save a whole people. He don't care about rap beef like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not even between them. That's between fans. Fans are the ones that's on that. And we don't need Minister Farrakhan to do that. We're supposed to be mature enough to do that ourselves. So what are we going to do when Minister Farrakhan is no longer among us? Whatever that is, we need to be exercising doing it right now. We got to exercise and practice what we know we're going to have to do when he's not here, right? So why not do it? Why bother him with it? Brian Looney, how do you feel? How do you feel about the Hebrew Israelites? We need to practice not using the word feel. See this right here? It's a brain. It's to think. Feel is just I can burn you. Oh, how do you feel? It hurts. Like, feel. What does feel mean? Like, you mean, what do I think about Hebrew Israelites? I think and I know that I am a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Moor. I am a Muslim. I am a real Christian. Right? If you know anything about the story of, Moses and the Hebrews, or the children of Israel that was enslaved, that was taken over the sea to be enslaved in a strange land that was not theirs for 400 and some years. Nobody on the planet has that history but us. No people in history, on the annals of history, have ever been through that but the black people of North America. So it's not about how I feel. I feel like an Israelite. I feel like a Hebrew. That's what I am. But those that call themselves Hebrew Israelite, black Hebrew Israelites, you can't identify and claim that you're that part, but then you don't identify who your Moses and your Aaron is. If you can't identify who your Moses and your Aaron is, but you can identify who the people are, then you're missing the most important part. Who is your God? So in the Nation of Islam, that whole concept of Hebrew Israelite they came from Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad in the early 1930s revealed to the black descendants of America that we are the real children of Israel. That's before no black person ever came and said that I'm a Hebrew Israelite before that. But we just called ourselves Muslim. But we are fulfilling that. That's who we are. We are the Hebrews. We are the children of Israel. But the ones, like I said, that call themselves, are black people, brothers and sisters that call themselves Hebrew Israelite, if you ask them, okay, well, who is your God? Where is your God? Who is your Moses and who is your Aaron? They're not going to be able to tell you that. And that's how you know you don't have the pieces together, because we can tell you. We can tell you the chariot of fire, the pillar of fire by day and the cloud by night that Moses met God in. You know what I'm saying? That on the mountain, the God is Master Fard Muhammad, who built the mother plane and mother wheel and the 1,500 little baby planes that you call UFOs that you find over all the sensitive, above top secret nuclear military installations and silos all around the planet. Got them in checkmate. Have already demonstrated that it could shut down their nuclear sites and missiles and plants in an instant. That's above top secret. They're not going to tell you that. But Master Fard Muhammad is the Jehovah of the Bible. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the Moses, and his prophet is Aaron, which is Minister Farrakhan. Those are the characters. They're not ghosts, according to the Bible. God, Jehovah, was not a ghost. He was a man with testicles, right? That Moses talked to face, like a man speaks to his friend, regularly talked to him face to face. And he said, my Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name, a man of war. The Lord is his name. So if you're going by the Bible, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to make this a religious thing, but I'm just trying to give you receipts about what the books say and how we can show and prove that we have those characters. We fulfill those prophecies. You just can't say that you're the 400 years seed of Abraham and you're the Hebrews. Okay, that's just 1/4 of the story. Okay, who fulfills the rest of the story? So that's what I mean by that. It's no diss. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm just telling facts. Once you stand on facts and you stand strongly, people might take it as offensive because they committed their faith and their energy to believing in that expression, but you're missing too many pieces. You're missing too many critical pieces. There's no more critical piece than God, the identity of the God. Who is the God? And then who is his prophet? You know what I'm saying? That's leading you out of the clutches of the Egyptians and Pharaoh. Who's leading the Exodus? If we're the, you know what I'm saying? So you can't omit the main characters like that. Eric, why did Farrakhan and Malcolm say that we were cursed with big lips and big nose and nappy hair? Respectfully, Eric, that's an excellent question, but it's a lie. They never said that. They never said that. I wanna. Let me see. Can I post that? There you go. Oh, okay. I got it. Why did Farrakhan and Malcolm say that we were cursed with big lips and big nose and nappy hair? That is absolutely false. They never said that. So why did you say they said that? Eric, why did you say they said that when I know they never said that? See what I'm saying? See how we jump out there? Farrakhan says rebellion scars us with an ugliness that only submission to Allah can clear up. So he's talking about the tribe of Shabazz, the Negroid features of the black tribe. Because prior to 50s is what we taught. Prior to 50,000 years ago, all of us original black people had the features like the Indian, like the people from India or the people from Native America. We was black people, but we had straight hair. We had thin nose, we had thin lips, we had tender skin, we had less dense bone. But one of our scientists, by the name of gods, because that's all a god is a scientist. One of our scientists or gods by the name of Shabazz had the idea to make a stronger people, physically stronger people that could rule the jungles or the wild, the wildlife of East Asia, or what they call Africa now. Because up until that point, we was more delicate and tender, you know what I'm saying? And we couldn't withstand the climates and the wild animals and all of that. We couldn't live and conquer that part of our planet. So he had the idea to build us into a people that could master, physically master those uninhabitable jungle parts of our planet. So he came up with the scientific methodology of how to do it, and the scientists, the other god scientists that he had to run it by, they wouldn't agree with him. So he got tired of waiting. He got frustrated, and he took his family and himself and went and proved it to them, other scientists, God scientists, that he could do this. So he rebelled against the will of the ruling, circle. But he went and proved his point. He did make his man, but his man was made in rebellion. And so kinky hair and thick lips and all of that are like a uniform. It's like when you play football or something, you got pads on and you got helmet on, and you know what I'm saying. All of those was features that we developed, or that scientist Shabazz developed for us to be able to conquer living in the jungles and in the hot sun and dealing with the animals or whatever at 50,000 years ago. So it wasn't a curse. He was cursed because he lost 50,000 years of keeping up to date with divine circle of knowledge. The features wasn't a curse, but if we 50,000 years behind in knowledge, that's the curse. And then we start mutilating ourselves. We start putting big hoops in our ears and hoops in our mouth and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You start dismembering and disfiguring yourself. He wasn't saying that the big lips and the big nose was the disfiguring or the curse. He never said that. So yeah, he never said that. But who made you think he said that? You understand? See what the problem is? Who made you think he said that? Who got up there emotionally and told a lie so loud and boldly that you believed it and you repeated it over here? Um, Humans are well. I got to get off of you. I love y'all company, man. I thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all feel inclined, hit the like button and say uh, Cash App. You know what I'm saying? If y'all appreciate whatever content, I definitely appreciate contributions and support, because I don't get funded. I don't get invited to nobody. Of course, we're gonna build it up. You know what I'm saying? But it's y'all that support me and have me able to do this, so I can be on here and spending time with y'all. So I definitely appreciate any little twos and fews or whatever. It all priceless to me. It all is like $1,000,000 to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming from heart. It's coming from appreciation. It's coming from our passion. So y'all's attention and company is priceless to me, and hopefully, what I do is valuable to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all, man, and God willing, I'll be on here tomorrow. Salute, Big Steel, salute, Glasses Malone, and I'm out. Peace. Follow me on my Instagram though, West Coast Cam. All right, peace, y'all.